Hey guys, we are back with some more Seattle Emerald Empire franchise mode, and in the last one, we had our first regular season game against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and as you can see, it was very, very bad, 11-4, but Jerome McGinley, the veteran on this team, got the hat trick. So, first hat trick, first game, that feels pretty good. So, one thing we're going to do before we continue the simulation is check the trade block, because I don't think I did that last episode, and we do need to keep on top of that for this series. So, no, take Subban off. I'm going to take Demers and Martinez off for right now. I want to put guys who have 1 year left on their contract, mainly veterans, so I would say Grabner. And then I think there's one more veteran who has 1 year left on his deal. It wasn't Saboka. Well, I mean, obviously Ginla, but no one's going to take that $15 million contract, let's be real. Plus, we kind of need that to fill out our salary. So, yeah, Letestu. Letestu was another one of them. I think there was a defenseman in there as well. Let's just check to make sure. No. Okay, all of our defense is locked up for at least 2, or at least 3 years, I should say. So, let's just see if there's any other guys who we want to put on here. JT Brown. No, I was mainly looking for guys of value. Yeah, that'll do it for right now. Letestu and Grabner. Surplus, we don't really have too much of a surplus of anything, so there's not much that we're going to be willing to part with in these trades, besides, I guess, picks, low picks, and really that we shouldn't even part with either, because we should be getting picks back. So I'm going to turn every one of these picks on here, and just leave all of these things on as well, so that we can get every offer possible back for Grabner and Letestu. So that is done. Now, one thing I do want to do more often, since injuries are on, we got to check the injury report, and let's just go through all the teams. Let's start at the top with Anaheim. So none for them, none for Arizona, none for Boston. I'll just go through it really fast here, assuming it doesn't take forever to load. So, Minnesota, Montreal, Nashville. So, what's his name? Mikko Salamaki is unavailable for Nashville. New Jersey, New York, Ottawa, Philly, San Jose, Tampa, Toronto, Vancouver, Vegas, Washington. TJ Oshie is unavailable for Washington. And Winnipeg, that is it. So only 2 players are injured right now in the NHL. That seems realistic. It's only been a few days. I mean, plus the preseason. So, yeah, let's go into the regular season simulation. And we're going to set up to the game against Chicago here. I do want to do a commentary third period once again. Once again, it is a game of significance. So, 4-3 win. There's our first regular season win against the Florida Panthers. In a 4-3 victory. We're going to slow sim the game against Chicago here for the first and second period. Then we will get into the game. Goal by Connor Brown. That is the first home goal for the Seattle Emerald Empire. And the second period, we go up 1-0 going into the third period. Let's go. All right, here we go. First home face-off, well, of the third period at a home game for the Seattle Emerald Empire. So this should be interesting. Connor Brown taking that up, gets that to Grabner. He's going to go and get it to Vatanen back on the point. And finds Deneau in the middle. And taken up by the Blackhawks. Taken by Saad over to Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane gets around Vatanen. Looking for space, finds Taves. Seabrook at the point with the shot blocked by Connor Brown, I believe that is. Grabner takes that. And Deneau tries to clear it, but denied by Saad. And Grabner is going to get that out of the zone for Deneau, who gets it to Connor Brown. Connor Brown with a shot, and the rebound is there for Deneau, but he opts not to shoot for some reason. And he's going to get that into the corner, where he's going to battle with it with Anisimov. And then Brent Seabrook goes around his own net, finds Duncan Keith, who breaks it out to Anisimov. Hossa will take it into the zone. Hossa looking for space, finds Keith. Keith with the shot that goes to Anisimov and blocked off by, I believe that is Grubauer. In net for Seattle. And Anisimov gonna come up from behind the net and try to surprise Grubauer, but he is on that. And Letestu going down the left wing. Gets it to Demers. Burmistrov now. Finds Martinez on the point. Letestu in front, but cannot pull the shot away. Marian Hossa taking it in for Chicago. Looking for space. Finds Connor Murphy, I believe that is. And he holds on to the puck for too long, as that's taken up by Burmistrov. 2-on-2 for Seattle. Martinez with the slap shot from the point. That's saved by Crawford. As Tierney finds Demers. Back to Tierney. Demers over to Martinez. Finds Tierney in the middle. Iginla looking for space. Goes around the net. Can't get by Roosevelt. Roosevelt gets it to Murphy. Hossa will break that up to Yurko. Yurko over to Kruger with the shot. And great save by Grubauer. As Tierney takes that up for Seattle. With 4:35 remaining in the third period. As Burmistrov gets that in front for Smith-Pelly and he cannot pull the trigger. Tierney with the shot. Nice save by Crawford. As Hartman gets that up to Yurko, who breaks it out back to Hartman. And he's going to dump in. Where Ekholm will be there for Seattle. As Burmistrov takes that up for Seattle. He is still out there. I believe he's been out there for like half a period now. He tries to find Smith-Pelly and he gets it on net after the failed pass. And we finally have a stoppage with 1:20 remaining in the third period. So can the first home game be the first home win for the Seattle Emerald Empire? I hope so. Fourth line out there now, Saboka, Lawton, and JT Brown. Svedberg takes that for Chicago. Gets it up to Hinostroza, who finds Tutu. The two fourth lines, I suppose. Out there right now. Tutu behind the net. Looking for space. Empty net for Chicago now. Hinostroza with 42 seconds remaining. Gets it around the net. Looking for Tutu. Ekholm battles with him. Tutu gets it back. Gets it around the net. Finds Kane. Kane in front. And oh, what a shot by Hinostroza. I believe that is number 48 for Chicago. But they could not find the back of the net. As JT Brown gets that to Zach Bogosian. Number 47 for Seattle, and Zach Bogosian almost gets the empty net. He hits it off the post. My goodness. And Hartman finds Hinostroza. Hinostroza with 12 seconds remaining. Number 40 for Chicago, Hayden. Goes around the net. Finds Kane. For Kempney. Rebounded in front. Bogosian clears for Lawton. And that'll be a 1-0 game in favor of the Seattle Emerald Empire. And there's their first home win. And there's our mascot, boys. Look at the referee. He's facing the complete opposite way of what he needs to be. Alright, we're back in the menu. Beautiful 1-0 win for the Seattle Emerald Empire. Let's go 2 more weeks to the game against Washington, and then we'll check the injury report, do all that stuff. And I would assume that the scouting is going to appear soon here. Yeah, yes, it would be right. Oregon player Rafael Diaz has been injured with an MCL sprain. Estimated return is November 26th. Okay, so that is actually pretty soon, given the fact that that's an MCL. That could have been a lot worse for Rafael Diaz. So let's put DuPont in there. Yep, substitute in all lines. And that'll be good for that. So, yeah, now here's the scout. Let's do Q for defenseman for 3 weeks. I don't believe there was as many defensemen that we needed to scout there, so we'll go for that. 3-1 win versus the Ducks. Very nicely done, boys. I mean, I'm not hoping for wins here. I'm actually kind of hoping for losses. Zach Bogosian's been injured with a sprained ankle. Estimated return is November 7th. But as I was saying, I was hoping for losses just so we can kind of tank a little bit. We'll put Ouellette in there, substitute in all lines. All right. Hopefully this injury thing doesn't get out of control. Otherwise, I might have to tone him down a little bit. All right, so we're 3-5-1 in the first month. Washington's 2-6-1. Oh god. Oh goodness. All right, so Connor Brown has 9 points. Wow. So let's check that out first and foremost. Player stats. Let's see who's doing what. Jerome McGinley with 8 points. Now remember, he had the hat trick in his first game, so since the first game he has had 5 points. So again, that's not bad for Iggy. Mark Letestu with 6 points. Dano with 4. Dzingel, Grabner, Lawton, Smith, Pelly, Martinez, and Brodin with 3. Burmistrov, Demers, Ekholm, Sabotka, Tierney with 2. JT Brown and Sammy Vatanen with 1. And then Zach Bogosian, the lone man, with nothing. So, and is anyone a plus? No. JT Brown is the highest plus minus with a -1. Goaltenders, let's see what is going on here. And, oh my, so Philip Grubauer with a 913, that's kind of respectable, but my man, Jonas Korpisalo, 851. It's not bearing well for you so far, my man. Yeah, he's got to get better. I know it's only been 4 games, so that's not really a huge sample size, especially since he's only a 79 overall. I've seen Korpisalo get to an 87, 88 in this game, so he's still got room to grow, and that'll increase his trade value even more for if we, have to trade him in the future. But as of right this second, Grubauer's looking like the better goaltender, but maybe not for the future. Let's check out the AHL real quick. So Ryan Precht, I'm just interested in seeing our rookies, so I guess I'll sort by rookie skaters. So Malkin has 3 points, Hardigan has 2, Petrovic has 1, and Liljegren has nothing so far, but that is all right with me. As we check goaltenders, let's see, Malcolm Subban, 905 save percentage so far. Hopefully he can get that up there a little bit more. So as we back out here, let's check the injury report, as we already have 2 injuries for us. So I would imagine the rest of the league has gotten quite a few more injuries under their belt here. So let's check the injury report. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, Zach Bogosian for us. St. Louis has lost Yori Laterra to an MCL. Toronto, Vancouver has lost Ryan Miller to a swollen knee. And then Washington still, Oshie has a concussion. I don't believe that we saw that. We saw what type of injury it was before. And then Winnipeg has lost Joel Armia to an injured hip, though he will be back soon. Boston, Buffalo. Buffalo has lost Jack Eichel to a pulled groin. Carolina has lost Cam Ward to a sprained finger. Columbus, Dallas, Detroit has lost Johan Franzen to, I'm guessing, a head injury, since that's where the thing is. And Edmonton, Florida, nothing, LA. So Pearson with a fractured ankle will not return until December 2nd. Rough for LA right there. Montreal, Nashville, New Jersey, New York, Ottawa, Philly, Pittsburgh, San Jose has lost Francois Beauchemin to a sprained ankle. Returning soon, though, and there you go. So there's the injury report for this month. So it seems that there's a decent amount of injuries happening. I would say this is a good rate at the moment. Unless it becomes like an Eastside Hockey Managers series where we're just getting injuries up the wazoo like 3 times a week. Then you need to, that's at the point where you need to change or something. But I think for right now, this is a good rate of injuries happening. So let's keep going. Washington, a 3-1 loss, and Zach Bogosian is back. Is he completely back? That's the thing. So let's see. Bogosian, is he? Yeah, he's still kind of injured. So I'm going to leave Ouellette in there for a couple more games. So Toronto, that's a solid win. And then a 7-1 loss against San Jose. So let's see if Zach Bogosian is ready to go. And yep, we are at the bottom of the division, going as planned. And the Vegas Golden Knights are apparently on the top. Let's see. So No, not Ouellette. Is Bogosian ready to go? Yes, he is. We'll get Bogosian back in there. And hopefully the best lines will sort everything out for the power play, penalty kill, stuff like that. Well, yeah, I did assistant coach replace player or something like that. So I would assume that Bogosian is back on his place in the penalty kill. We'll sim up to the first here. Game against Calgary, the Battle of Alberta. So a 2-1 win and a 5-0 loss against the Edmonton Oilers. And then a 5-0 win against the Minnesota Wild. Amateur scout. Let's go to the OHL for forwards for 6 weeks. I believe Joe Veleno is there. No, Joe Veleno is in the Q, right? Who's in the O? I forget. Is it Merkley? Maybe we should have done defenseman for the O then. All right, let's see. So 3-2 loss versus Boston. Rafael Diaz is back. So we will get him in there. There's a 4-0 loss, or 4-0 win, I should say, against Carolina. I guess I was expecting a loss. 2-1 win versus LA. So we're getting a lot of points, actually, in these recent games. There's a 5-2 loss versus Montreal. And we are at December 1st now. Let's check out what is going on around the NHL. So only the Anaheim Ducks are below us in the Pacific Division so far, and Chicago is actually tanking hard this year, as is Philadelphia. Maybe we should follow suit at some point. So Philip Deneau with 18 points, Connor Brown with 16, Grabner with 14, Iggy with 13, Saboka with 13, Brodin with 11, Letestu with 10, Dzingel with 9, Smith-Pelly and Ekholm with 8, Lawton, Vatanen, and Martinez with 7, Brown, JT Brown, I should say, Tierney, Burmistrov, yeah, all these guys down here, and Ouellette with 1 point in the 3 games that he played. Bogosian finally has points. And I believe, yes, we finally have a plus in the plus-minus category. That is nice to see. So let's see the shot totals. Iginla has tied with Grabner for 58, but he has a much better shooting percentage than Grabner. Connor Brown with 50, Vatanen with 51, or no, that's the other way around. Connor Brown with 51, Vatanen with 50. Martinez with 46, Dzingel with 42. All right, don't have to look too much into that. Let's see who's doing well at the faceoffs. So Mark Letestu is at a 57.9, pretty good. Deneau with a 50.5. Lawton with a 49.7. I expect him to be doing a little bit better since he's got that 80 for faceoffs. And then Tierney with a 47.3. Smith-Pelly with a 39.6. He doesn't normally take them though, so everyone who's normally taking faceoffs is at least a 47.3, which, you know, Mark Letestu is by far our best faceoff man, so I would naturally keep him in the center position, but maybe we think about switching up Tierney, you know, just to get someone else in there on the faceoffs, maybe Dzingel. We'll try that out at some point, but you know what, right now the tank is on. So let's see, Philip Deneau with the most hits, 54, and then Smith-Pelly with 43, Demers with 40, Saboka with 38, Dzingel with 37, Martinez with 36, Lawton with 34, Ekholm with 34, Brodin with 33. Okay, that is enough of that. Let's check the blocks. Yep, defensemen doing their jobs, all in the blocked shots category. Let's see if is anyone giving it away a tremendous amount of times. Devontae Smith-Pelly with 26 giveaways, Dzingel with 22, Ekholm with 19, but that's a good ratio for a defenseman. Tierney with 19, but 22 takeaways, so that's good. That is good. Man, I don't know if you guys can hear it. You probably can, but my throat is absolutely killing me right now. I don't know why I'm doing a commentary. So goaltenders, let's see. Yeah, Grubauer with a 924 save percentage, very nicely done, and Korpisalo, my man, you gotta you gotta pick it up there, bud. 6 losses, 1 overtime loss in 7 games played. He is absolutely dropping the ball as of right now. I was not expecting that out of him. He's been he's done some great things for us in the past, but hopefully he can pick it up for us here. soon, sooner rather than later. Malcolm Subban with a 922, very nice. And as we go and check the rookie skaters, so Chuck Hardigan is up to a 57 now with 5 points. Malkin up to a 55 with 3 points. Petrovic up to a 56 with 2. And Liljegren with 1 point. So, yeah, that all looks good. Let's go back to the NHL. And let's continue looking at the stats here. Team stats. Let's see where we stand. Goals for per game. We are down there at 2.46. That is brutal. And goals against per game 317. That is absolutely brutal. But once again, we are tanking, so no problem with that. Powerplay is actually killing it for some reason. 25% on 56 opportunities. That is shocking. That is rather shocking for this team, given our lack of forward depth. Penalty kills 79%. You know, that could be a lot worse given our defense. Our our goals against per game average. So, you know what? I'll take a 79. I will for this team. Now, let's see. Check the progress reports. See if anyone has grown. No one in the NHL. Yeah, I would imagine. It's mostly full of guys who are at their prime. Let's see. Hardigan, he has grown by 22. That's good. Let's see in what categories. Yep, that all looks good. He's grown just fine. Petrovic, he's grown just fine. Kosarenkov is growing just fine as well. Lots of natural growth there. And don't forget, he's playing in the in Canada. I was about to say in the QMJHL, but I'm not sure if it was the QMJHL. It might have been the I don't know. Just somewhere in the CHL. And then Yuri Malkin is growing as well. Ville Poka is growing in the minors. That's good to see. And then Derek Pouliot as well. And Holland has gone up by 4. Let's check goaltenders. Nothing there. All right, that's fine. That is fine with me. Let's check Korpisalo. Yep, nothing. I wouldn't expect Korpisalo to have any growth at this point with it at the 850 save percentage. All right, so I think I'm going to end it here because I want to know at what point do we start tanking? Like officially tanking? Like we just, you know, trade guys like Martinez or who else? Who else is a veteran? Maybe Ekholm or Bogosian or Demaris, right? At what point do we decide to do that? Do we do that before the trade deadline or just immediately and just not take any chances? You know, trade guys like maybe Saboka, Grabner. We got to hold on to Iginla because the $15 million salary. So let me know what you guys think of that. And I will see you guys in the next one when we continue the year 1 simulation with the Seattle Emerald Empire. See you guys then.